Kindred's voice lines, because her voice lines actually make you feel something, you know, it makes you sad for the most part. Now the question is, why? So let's see what is Kindred. First of all, we need to understand what is Kindred. So now let's see the teaser.
Tell me a story.
There was once a pale man with dark hair who was very lonely.
Why was it lonely?
All things must meet this man, so they shunned him.
Did he chase them all?
He took an axe and split himself in two.
So he would always have a friend.
So he would always have a friend.
That was the teaser we received on Kindred 7 years ago, by the way. Time to be flying anyway. That was the first champion we ever fought that's going to be 2 champions in 1. So I'm pretty sure what we're thinking of Nafiri right now. We're gonna have a multiple champions, but with Kindred, as we know, Kindred is basically 1 champion and the wolf is just chilling with you, you know? So anyway, let's see Kindred's story.
Hello everyone and welcome. I am sorry that there is a little bit of a gap in my content, but I am sick. And so if I sound like 30 years older, don't worry, I am very well aware of it.
Also maybe a bit of a microphone issue. How long is this video? How old? 7 years ago as well. Coolsies.
So, today I will try to retell the new short story Riot has released, and then I will try to explain what has actually happened there.
Okay.
So without further ado, I present you A Good Death.
Nice.
This story begins on the stage of a traveling theater called Orphelum Mechanicals.
Holy
Here,
I dare you take 3 shots and pronounce this thing 3 times fast. Everyone will fail, bro.
Our main character Maga plays a role of a young girl. As her character was about to die, she shouted her final words. "Oh, but how wondrous a dream is life! Only now, too late, do I wake to see its myriad of splendors." At that point, Kindred appeared.
Aww.
Kindred was played by Denji, an actor wearing 2 opposing masks. Kindred approached Maga with the mask of the lamp facing her. "Do I hear a plea of my keenest arrow? Come, child, let the warmth of your heart fade into the cold embrace of oblivion."
Yeah, because Kindred, 2 sides of Kindred. The lamb is the one that is welcoming you, you know, the swift and chill death. You accept the death, death is going to have mercy upon you. If you run away, the wolf is going to do the wolf things, bro. You don't want to run away.
Maga refused. Kindred spun around, revealing the mask of a wolf.
Yep.
Everyone in the audience was excited to see the end of this story. Maga offered her neck to the wolf. When the wolf got close, Maga triggered a hidden mechanism in her collar. Ribbons of red fabric unspooled to simulate blood.
Aww.
Everyone in the audience was cheering. This was the 14th time Orphelum Mechanicals gave their audience what they paid for.
14th time everyone is cheering. I'm pretty sure this theater, this Orphelum Mechanicals, is performing in Noxus, because she chose the bad death. She chose the wolf. And everyone is cheering, everyone is happy. Straight up Noxus, straight up the land of the Giga Chads.
After this play, the theater got back into their caravan and they left in the direction of Needlebrook. During their travel,
Needlebrook, where is Needlebrook? I've got no fucking idea.
Denji and his lover Drea argued with Illusion, the owner of the Mechanicals. Tragedy strikes Maiden, death finds Maiden, and then it takes Maiden. They thought the plot was too predictable. Illusion disagreed. He argued that complicated plots detracted from a good final scene. Of course, Maga agreed with Denji and Drea, but she preferred to stay quiet. After few hours, the caravan stopped to make a camp. Everyone was ready to fall asleep. Illusion and Par, his wagoneer, were sleeping near the caravan. Denji and Drea were further away, talking about their unborn child. Only Maga couldn't find comfort. She couldn't sleep. She was thinking about the play and how the audience wanted nothing more than a good death. Eventually, she left her bedroll and wandered into the woods to get some fresh air.
The audience wanted a good death. See, I'm going again with the idea it depends on the region. In Ionia, where everyone wants that peace, everyone wants balance, people were the audience in there, I'm pretty sure will accept the Kindred as a lamb, as a just chill arrow to the heart and that's it, and you're out. Noxus, as previously covered, they want bloodshed, they want warriors' death, so that's why they chose wolf, you know?
In the dead of night, she found a grave. She couldn't read what was written on it, but she did recognize Kindred's mask carved into the stone.
Nice.
She felt a chill. In a split of a second, the lamb herself appeared in front of her,
Aww.
followed by the wolf.
Rip, run.
I hear a beating heart, said the wolf. May I have it? Perhaps, replied Lamb. I sense she's afraid. Speak, beautiful one. Tell us your name. I would have yours first, said Maga.
I'm pretty sure you know who that is.
We have many names. In the west, I am Ina, to his Ani. In the east, I am Freya, to his Volio. But we are kindred everywhere. I am always lamb to wolf, and he is always wolf to lamb.
I'm getting yin-yang vibes in here, you know?
But worry not, dear child. I have found your name. We know it as you know us, Maga.
Aww.
From this point on, the wolf refers to Maga as the Maga thing. Can we play chasing the Maga thing and bite her to bits? Let us ask her, said Lamb. Maga, do you prefer wolf's chase or my arrow?
Is she going to die right now? Is that the reason why you couldn't sleep? Is that it? Maybe she was sick with something, you know? Maybe it's time that illness is taking her.
Maga was trembling. I would prefer Lamb's arrow.
Smart choice.
Lamb replied, Fear not, little maiden. We are just having our fun. You have come to us tonight. We have not come for you.
Okay, so she's not sick. Best of luck not getting PTSD from this, by the way. Bro, imagine this Maga had, give or take, 50 years to live. I assume she's around 20. So let's say she had 70. After this event, bro, she has life expectancy of maybe 10 to 15 years. The hard condition she's gonna get from meeting the wolf, you know?
I can't chase the Maga thing, said the wolf with a hint of a disappointment in his voice. But there are other things nearby. Other things ripe for chasing and the biting. Hurry, lamb, I'm hungry. For now, know that your theatrics have pleased us.
Aww.
And we will watch them until the day we meet again. The lamb and the wolf disappeared into the woods. Unsure what has just happened, Maga fled back to the caravan. But when she arrived, she found it in utter ruins. Torn bits of clothing were lying everywhere.
What happened here?
She found Denji's body near where he had slept. He died protecting Tria.
Also, that's what Wolf was talking about. On one hand, I was thinking, yeah, Wolf is talking about her camp. But bro, everyone thinks it's peaceful in there. Maybe since we're in the forest, we're in the middle of nowhere, maybe Wolf is talking about animals and whatnot, you know?
Judging from the trails of blood, their death had not been slow. Maga noticed that Illusion had managed to kill 2 bandits that ambushed them before he was burned together with Par in the caravan.
Correct.
The only thing that remained untouched were Denji's masks of Lamb and Wolf. She placed the lamb mask over her own eyes and heard the voice of Wolf. Chase the Maga thing. Maga ran to Needlebrook, never once looking back. Many years later, Maga sat in a quiet dressing room under the stage of a royal theater. Madam, said the stagehand, you are not in your costume yet. No, child, Maga said. I only dress at the last moment. It is the last moment, said the young stagehand, holding the 2 final pieces of Maga's costume.
The mask.
The same lamp and wolf masks from the days with the Orphelum Mechanicals. May your performance be blessed tonight, the stagehand said. Maga prepared to leave for the stage. She slipped the mask over her head.
She was meant to die, maybe? Nah, I don't think so, because Wolf said, no, the lamb said, we will come to you later. Your performances still haven't disappointed us yet. So, you know, I'm pretty sure the lamb implied the fact that she still has a bit of performances in her yet.
The old chill from the dark burrow crept down her spine. She welcomed it, as always. she glided onto the stage. The crowd was amazed by Maga's performance. She could perfectly mimic Lamb's graceful movements as well as Wolf's playful savagery. She eased the suffering of her fellow actors or ripped it from their throats until the crowd stood on its feet.
Well, because she had experience, she knows what Kindred is.
So it was true. All audiences love a good death. And they loved Maga's more than any other. But Maga heard no applause and saw no ovation. She didn't feel the stage beneath her feet, nor the hands of her fellow actors in hers as they bowed low. All she felt was a sharp pain in her chest. When Maga looked over
Called it. 50 years tops, heart attack.
to the audience, every single face was either a lamb or a wolf. And here the story ends.
Yep, makes sense. The arrow or that, yeah.
So from now on, I will try to explain what has actually happened. So let's start with the ending. There are two different theories. If you thought that she got heart attack at the end, you
That's what happened, bro. Years ago, when she met Kindred, when she met the wolf, bro, she definitely got a bit of a heart condition.
would be correct.
Yep, there it is.
But if you thought that she got killed by Lamb's arrow, you would also be correct.
Oh,
This
okay.
goes back to the original theory that Kindred is not a real thing. Again, because the game has no connection to the lore, because she is in the game doesn't mean she necessarily has to exist in the lore. Although, she
What do you mean she doesn't exist in the lore? Hold up, give me a second. She's right here. What does the overview say? Overview says, separate but never parted. Kindred represents the twin essences of death. Lamb's bow offers a swift release from the mortal realm for those who accept their fate. Wolf hunts down those who run from their end, delivering violent finality within his crushing jaws. Through interpretations of Kindred's nature way across Runeterra, every mortal must choose the true fate of their death. Well, technically she isn't the lore, she's death. That's how death works, you know?
actually exists. This will be hard to explain, so please focus. Kindred is an omen of death for the religion in the area she comes from. In other words, people believe that when they die, Kindred will come for them, similar to Grim Reaper in our world. Usually, the lamb or the wolf will choose their own targets. In this story, because Maga met them, she had the chance to choose her own death. And as we all know,
But see, the thing is that she met them, so they are real. Plus, in that scenario, Wolf said, I smell bodies nearby, you know? I smelled the chase nearby when her camp was being burned down by the bandits. There's no way she knew that the bandits are raiding her camp right now. The wolf said it.
she chose the arrow. Now, what does that mean? Whenever someone chooses arrow, that means that they would either die swiftly or from natural causes. Again, in our story, it was heart attack. So, if someone would happen to choose wolf, they would die very painfully and slowly. And this also happened in the story. It seems like the lamb had known that Maga would choose her arrow instead of the wolf. That's why Maga couldn't sleep, she went into the woods, and there she met Kindred. Everyone else in the caravan got slaughtered by bandits. Even though the wolf says that there is something nearby that he is going to kill,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So they are real.
he is not the one who actually killed the people. It was the bandits. If Maga didn't choose the arrow, but she chose the wolf, she would probably also be killed by the bandits.
So meeting Kindred is a certain death. Well, it depends on the way you look at it. At the end of the day, if you are alive, the death is certain. There are two things that are certain in this life. Death and f***ing taxes. That's about it. So if you are alive, death is certain, brother.
And now, if we look at the very end of the story, Maga looks into the audience and everyone is either lamb or a wolf. That is the way they died. They either died painfully or swiftly. Kindred works on a similar base as fate. Every time something happens, everyone believes it's the fate. But every time someone dies, everyone believes it was either a lamb or a wolf who chose them to die. The problem is that now we have evidence that Kindred is real and it is not a legend.
Yep.
Although this is the only story where we hear about someone who met Kindred in person. This is why Kindred is so confusing.
But there are also voice lines from the other champions who are literally talking about Death, who are talking to Kindred and referring to her as Death. That's going to be our next video, by the way.
We have no evidence that Kindred would ever kill anyone. It seems like Kindred works more like a puppeteer. It is trying to make everyone die in the way they want. Also, because everyone would obviously choose the arrow if they had the chance, that's why Lamb always asks first. So if she asks you if you would like her arrow and you say no, you know what is going to happen.
So if you know what's going to happen, why would you say no? Unless you have Eve's shenanigans for violence and death, you know? And suffering.
Hopefully I have explained everything to you.
Yep.
I don't think I have anything else to say. Again, sorry if I sound like I'm 50 years old, but thank you for your attention, thank you for coming, and as always, thank you, come again.
So Kindred is death, which is real. You know?
Okay, so this outro is going to be straightforward. I am sick, I can barely talk, this video has been very painful for me, and I still have one more lore video that I want to do. And then there is the Q&A, so if someone still has some questions you would like to ask me.
Now think about it, these are the absolutely old outros. Because now you have a screen, then the YouTube in the end where you can manually, well, automatically the YouTube pulls out a video, whichever you want to suggest to viewers. Back then, brother, you had to do these squares, these video squares, and you would do only then YouTube would give you only a square. That, click on this, you'll get a video, you know? Click on this and you will subscribe. Bro, now think about it, in 7 years, YouTube has kinda advanced.
Go on, click on that video that I probably don't have here on the screen.
Yeah, we cannot even click on it.
But yeah, just ask me questions. It is coming very soon.
Anyway, and that's Kindred shows basically death. Basically two kinds of death. It is what it is. Anyway, and that's the video.